23 passes. Last year, 24, but then he had the injury. You got to think they're going to continue to get him more involved like they did there.
I don't think there's any question about it. He is an absolute game breaker with the ball in his hands.
On third down, Roethlisberger. He's got time. And this is going to be incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And this ball is going to be touched down just shy of midfield. The Ravens offense now, they get right back on the field. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see that out right here. A red zone first down for Flacco. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And he's brought down. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a first and goal. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. They'll try to punch it in with Yeldon. And he will maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And that's also all for this third quarter of play. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They come out here in the eye. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the one. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's third and goal.
Hey, give him credit. That's a good, solid gain there in the sneak because it all comes together. Enough space, get forward, gain yardage. Well done.
Here's Yeldon. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. T.J. Yeldon with his 13th touchdown of the year and second of the game. And the Ravens are an extra point away from taking the lead. The rain making this treacherous, but the extra point is good, and with it, it'll give them the lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. Oh, look at the juke. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And the Steelers set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. 7 yards on the play, and that's going to bring up a third down.
I think we need to come up with a different name for this position. We keep calling it the fullback position. That doesn't necessarily mean it's a fullback, but we know this. Whoever's coming out of that spot is usually bigger and stronger, and they may not run away from people, but they'll run through them.
Yeah, able to shed tacklers. We saw it right there. And defensively, Baltimore's in a dime look here on third. From the gun on third down, it's Roethlisberger. And able to find Green. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Now T.J. Yeldon, he'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
So now at 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look, 6 DBs. 3rd down, Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. He goes underneath for Yeldon. Call it a gain of 10, and they pick up the first.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
That's so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here, down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
They'll try and run some clock with Yeldon. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. The tackle made by the linebacker, Arthur Moats. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Officially, no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
But it was stopped on that play. He's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, Flacco. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Here's Sam Cook now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted in the 30-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
So oftentimes you see defensive holding. Here is offensive holding for the flag. He'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Trying to get it there to Martavis Bryant. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
second down following the incompletion. Shift together here from the D-line. Brown, the lone receiver, left. To throw. And Green with a catch left side. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do. And it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like...
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. This remains a one-point game. The defense did their job. Now the offense here late, they just need to kind of hold on, seal this victory.
And the defense did it so well, didn't they? Didn't allow points and got the ball back for their offense in order to close out this game. What a great feeling for both sides of the ball.
It would be a better feeling if the offense can just seal. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. A first down carry now for Yeldon. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And the Steelers signal for another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. They'll run it again with Yeldon. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown puts him up 7. But now's when the fun begins, partner, because if you go and kick the extra point, it's still a one-possession game. Go for 2, you might put it out of reach.
Yeah, a little decision to be made. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded at the 5. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Well, they got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
So there you go, holding by the offense, and that'll push them back.
Changes everything now as you try and figure out what your playbook has for you. Longer yardage situations, tougher to execute and pick up first downs.
Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. I think he's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd run to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds. On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and off.